All right, well, everything just wrapped up with the 77th Annual Golden Globe Awards. I'm right back where I started. I didn't do so hot on the last big award show, the Oscars last year, so I didn't lose much ground here. 6 out of 14. God damn it, these are always sometimes tough to predict. I can't remember the last time I did well on a Golden Globes award show for getting the nominee or the winners right. There's always a couple curveballs they throw there. So, let's see, I guess we can start here with just a recap of who won and stuff. We'll get into a little bit on speeches, hosts, stuff like that, I guess, a little bit. I mean, it's, just my personal opinion, who gives a rat's ass. But, anyways, so the winners here, big time, 1917. Wow, I guess it's the real deal. Having not quite gotten to it yet. Drama picture, director. It didn't get the one that I thought it would, which was original score. But otherwise, it did very well here tonight. Definitely a big splash, a big statement that, this one is definitely going to be a big contender here going forward. So, so that's a big one there, two big wins there. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood had 3 wins most of the night with motion picture, comedy musical, supporting actor for Brad Pitt, and then also screenplay for Quentin Tarantino for Hollywood there. Let's see here. In the acting races, we had Joaquin Phoenix win Best Actor Drama for Joker. That was kind of expected there. Renee Zellweger for Judy for Actress Drama. Yep, no surprise there. We did have a little bit of an upset for Taron Egerton winning for Rocket Man and Comedy Actor Musical. We can get into that one later because I'm not as big a fan of that one as everybody else is. Actress Comedy Musical was Awkwafina for The Farewell. Probably the expected choice there. Another expected one we mentioned here was Brad Pitt for Supporting Actor, and then Laura Dern for Marriage Story winning over Jennifer Lopez for Supporting Actress. We mentioned director Sam Mendes over Bong Joon-ho and Scorsese and Tarantino. So that's a big pull for him. I mean, he's definitely kind of made a stamp there. Let's see, for screenplay, we mentioned Tarantino. The Globes do like him in that category a lot, though. Let's see, otherwise, score went to Joker. A little bit of an upset there. I had picked 1917. Original song was I'm Gonna Love Me Again from Rocket Man, which, I knew that was in the discussion. So that was between that and the Frozen 2 song and Stand Up and stuff. So that was a pretty close category there. Animated feature, probably the biggest upset of the night, Missing Link. Wow, okay. I think I had that one in 5th. So we'll see. I mean, I can't remember the last time. The Globes usually stick to formula here for the animated feature category. They've gotten it right a lot of times. They got Spider-Man last year. They got Coco. They got Zootopia. They got Inside Out. They got Frozen. They got Brave. Let's see. They got Toy Story 3, Up, WALL-E, Ratatouille. So they've gotten a lot of these in the past years. They did miss for How to Train Your Dragon 2. They missed for they gave it to Adventures of Tintin over Rango, and then they gave it to, I think the first award went to Cars over Happy Feet, which won the Oscar there. So they've got a pretty good track record in this category with a few exceptions here and there. Maybe that one we could see come on strong for the win here. Because as we always think, Pixar is almost always far and ahead, the winner here. But, they've lost a couple times. They've lost with, last year for Incredibles 2. Monsters, Inc. didn't get there the first year. They had an animated feature category at the Oscars. I went to Shrek. And then, what was the third one that was nominated but didn't win? Some of you guys are going to get to it first before I do. What was it? I just wrote it on the article I just put up, but now I've forgotten it. It'll come to me. Anyway, so it's typically once they get a lot of steam behind them, they'll just keep going, but not this time, no. And then foreign language film was Parasite, expected winner there for sure. All right, so really quick into we kind of mentioned a little bit with 1917. Again, that's first one. I'll see. I'll probably go again to some more movies and stuff on this Friday here. So that's first in line for me. Yeah, absolutely. And it does, I mean, the more I've seen the trailers and stuff, the more I'm kind of getting pumped up to see it and stuff. But now this really, really shows that this is one that they really liked. And I expect it's going to do very, very well at the BAFTAs here on Tuesday. That'll definitely help it. Probably gets in at the PGAs and DGAs easily. And I think it has a shot. I mentioned in the video earlier today with the WGA. I don't think it's a guaranteed nominee, but if it can maybe get in there. It's got, there's a couple, Tarantino and Lulu Wang's scripts for their films are not eligible. So that leaves a couple of spots open. So maybe. And then, Hollywood, again, it's not my favorite of the year. It's not even one of my favorite Tarantino films, but it's, it's sticking around. People really like it. So, I might just be in the minority on that one. But, in particular, I'm not wowed by, as I've said many, many times this year, I'm not really wowed by Brad Pitt's performance. But, if everybody else likes him and that's a consensus choice, then, that's an easy prediction to make then. So be it. And then, the screenplay, they love Tarantino in that category. He won for Pulp Fiction and for Django Unchained. They didn't go Noah Baumbach here. They didn't go Parasite. They didn't go even The Irishman, which I thought also was a contender here too. That one feels like, I don't know if that necessarily means it's going to win over something like Marriage Story at the Oscars, but and it's, this is it's kind of a tough call because we kind of talked about it earlier today of, some of these films are kind of viewed more as accomplishment either in the writing or in the directing, especially if the writer-director is the same person here. In this case, you got a few of those this year with like Noah Baumbach, Tarantino, Bong Joon-ho, Sam Mendes. Some of those, like I said, are more obvious than others. The Irishman is definitely, even though it's not the same person, it's definitely more of a directorial achievement than a writing achievement. It's probably true for 1917, again, sight unseen for me. Parasite's a tougher call. Marriage Story, I get the respect if it's more of a writing achievement than a directing achievement. But Tarantino, that's a tough call too. It's like the script, I mean, I like a few, parts of the script, and there's definitely memorable lines in it and stuff. I always, even from the first trailer, I was like, anybody kills anybody else in a fight goes to prison. It's called manslaughter. I love that line. But at the same time, it's like, directorially, I mean, Tarantino does do a good job. I mean, it's, with the whole recreation and everything and a few of those tracking shots and all that. And, it feels like, in some ways, one of Tarantino's more mature films with, especially a lot of the kind of retrospect on age and stuff. It's like that stuff I like a lot in the movie. But at the same time, it's like, man, I do love the way he gets that ending down, though. I do like that a lot. So, that's again, a close, kind of balance the scales. It's a both achievement. I say that and Parasite as well. So, I in this category, I would have I would have preferred to see something like Marriage Story or Parasite win, but yeah. Anyways, let's see here. Let's see what else we want to talk about here. Again, I'm not, as I've said a few times again this season, Rocket Man for Taron Egerton. I mean, I like the performance when he's acting as Elton John, when he's walking around and talking to people as Elton John. When he's singing, he misses a couple notes, man. It just doesn't sound right in my ear, personally. And they passed up once again Eddie Murphy, which I thought from the beginning of the season that was going to be a slam dunk for him. But nope, fuck him. I guess it's Taron Egerton. And I don't know if I'm maybe just a little more vested in the Dolomite movie than I am Rocket Man. But I like them both a lot. But I just thought that was, predictions wise, that was a slam dunk. So I feel bad for missing it that way. And then also it's like, even though he already has a Globe win for Dreamgirls, so it's not like he's never been awarded or anything. But it's like he's known as like the bona fide star of the '80s and stuff. To see him, especially in comedies, you name off all the ones, 48 Hours, Beverly Hills Cop, Trading Places, Coming to America, so on and so forth. You could even say The Golden Child, some of the fans out there. It's like to see him not have an actor comedy musical win at the Globes, I mean, that puts them to shame. But, every award show has something like that. So, anyways, I mean, and as far as the Oscar race now, that definitely, and we'll see, if Egerton gets that BAFTA nomination on Tuesday, which, again, I think they're going to go for somebody more like Jonathan Pryce, personally, but if Taron can get there, man, that's another bullet, in his chamber that really, leads him up to be maybe the more expected nominee than De Niro and a few of the other contenders, Christian Bale and, as I mentioned, Jonathan Pryce. And yeah, so that, I don't know. I might be missing that one, and that might just be one that, I go against the grain on that one. Kind of like with Brad Pitt, I guess, too. But anyway, so, Renee definitely, her win here, over, a few people thought Scarlett Johansson because of the number of nominations over the years. She's never won a Globe, whereas Renee has now 4 Globes, I think that's 4 now, isn't it? Let's see here. Where was it? Yeah, this one here. Golden Globes. 1, 2, yep, now 4 with Judy, but again, it's a hell of a performance. I mean, if that one doesn't win, I'll honestly be surprised because it's one of the best of her career. Anyways, so let's see what else I want to talk about here. Yeah, I haven't seen The Farewell, so I can't judge that one too bad. Yeah, the Laura Dern win here. Yeah, I think this is just kind of a trigger of it's just going to be Laura Dern across the board this year now. I was thinking Jennifer Lopez. I was thinking they would go megastar here, but yeah, it didn't quite pan out. Plus, Laura Dern is Hollywood royalty. It's a movie that everybody has seen and most people really like. So, I think it's definitely a role we're going to keep seeing her name pop up through the rest of the season here. I don't really think she loses too many more, if any. She could really steamroll this thing. That director race now is even more crowded as far as who can win, because I still think it's Scorsese and Bong Joon-ho definitely have a shot at it. And now with this win, and it is the one-shot style, it's like the last time we've seen those one-shot style movies, it's worked out for the director pretty well. Alfonso Cuarón has won twice off of those kind of style movies with Gravity and Roma. We saw Iñárritu win for Birdman, so I don't know. Maybe that is something that does trigger Mendes to be a more likely winner here. So yeah, and once I see the film, that'll help. I think maybe I'll kind of have a different perspective. Then I'll probably either go back and say, oh yeah, these guys were great, but look at what he did here. It's like it's easier. As I always say to you guys, it's always easier to see the movie. Before you make the predictions, but you can still make the predictions and get attached to it, and and so on and so forth. But either way, it helps to see the movie to kind of get the sense there. I would still, even though Joker does have some really memorable music to it, and again, having not heard the score or seen the movie in 1917, I'm still pulling for Thomas Newman to win here. I sure hope so. But I do, like I said, I like the Joker score, so. Yeah, well, we'll see. I think that one might be a close battle as we go through. We might see some go for 1917, some go for Joker, so, yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, the original song category, yeah, so I guess I'm never gonna put my money on the Lopez siblings again. I'll just go somebody else. So that's 3 times now they've lost to a superstar. They've lost to Elton John now at the Globes, they've lost to U2, and they've lost to maybe not a superstar. The guys who wrote The Greatest Showman, so the La La Land guys. So yeah. We mentioned The Missing Link. Yeah, the animated feature category. That's going to be interesting to watch the rest of the year. We'll see if they, because the last time we really had a back and forth race like that was 2012, which was like Brave and what was the other one? That was that one, Frankenweenie. There were a couple other ones that were really going back and forth through the season there, and it was like one would pick this, one would pick that, one would pick this, one would pick that, and then the Oscars went with one of those two. So I don't know, we'll see if that one, Toy Story 4, or something else kind of pops up as winner here. Let's see, otherwise, we mentioned, Parasite, that one's definitely going to win foreign language, everything going forward, so. I guess, we can talk about the show a little bit. I mean, not that I have, again, way too many insights here, but, as far as the speeches go, I think Sam Mendes did a pretty good job with both his speeches. Tarantino's speech, he always has those kind of wacky speeches, so that's kind of expected there. It was good to see David Heyman give a speech, though, when it won for a comedy musical, so that was appreciated. Brad Pitt had a cool, smooth speech, very Brad Pitt-ish, if you will. So I think that one of the actors was one of my favorites. Laura Dern's speech was very nice, very professional and everything. Yeah, really, really good. Awkwafina's had some good laugh moments for sure. Taron, you could sense he was a little excited. He was a little, unexpected here, so that really came through, and I think he did do a very good job, I think, with his speech at the end there. Joaquin was Joaquin, for better or worse. I mean, a few people do watch these shows and take it very, very seriously with the speech part, because they're like, well, this is like their Oscar audition. You know, we always hear it referred that way. And Joaquin really, I mean, a lot of parts that were bleeped out that we couldn't hear, but we can always assume there were a couple fucks involved. He was very much, you know, he kind of looked a little awkward up there, but yeah, if you ever see him, when he's not in like a professional interview, it's like, yeah, he always looks a little uncomfortable and stuff. So yeah, and what really counts here, though, of course, is the performance, not the speech that they give or anything. Sometimes it impacts it, sometimes it doesn't, but, you know, we've seen that with, like, Russell Crowe is probably the prime example. You know, some of his behavior and antics and stuff off camera and stuff sometimes hurt him. Beautiful Mind probably in the prime example there, but I don't know. I feel like Joaquin's speech overall, I think it was good. I think he hit everything he needed to hit. He talked about the film. He went a little political here and there, which you can do at these shows. I don't care. Then Renee Zellweger, her speech, it kind of, for whatever reason, it was kind of hit and miss. It's like when she mentioned the agents and it's all about the work and stuff. It's like, oh, that's good to hear and stuff. But then there are other moments when she's kind of talking, she almost had like a tone when she was talking about sitting in the seats cheering you guys on. It almost came off a little. Maybe it's just me listening to it, but it was like almost a little like, yep, but now I'm back now. But then she kind of changed course later on. She's more like, I'm great to be, it's great to be included again, great to see everybody, all that stuff. So it's like I think she's embracing that comeback storyline for her campaign and stuff. So we'll see if that pulls her all the way through. I think just again, when you're looking at it as a performance, though, damn. I mean, I don't know. And I haven't quite seen everything this year for like a lead actress, performance and stuff, but it's like, I don't know what tops that. It's a hell of a performance. Otherwise, I think we hit everything else here, didn't we, for the speeches and stuff? I don't know, a lot of them were, came off as fine and everything. I would have liked to have heard Bong Joon-ho give a little bit more for his bit for Parasite, but we'll see. Otherwise, a lot of the other ones, they were like genuinely surprised, like the two music categories, the music category for score and then for animated feature. Yeah, those guys were the two behind Missing Link were a little shocked, and then Hildur, I think, very nice speech, eloquent speech for the win for Joker there. So who gives the best speech? I really like Tom Hanks' speech for the Cecil B. DeMille Award. I like that a lot. I loved Ellen DeGeneres' speech for her Carol Burnett Award. That was awesome. So, most of the time for those categories, or for those special awards, it's like, it's great to see that. And it's like, most of the time I'm like, yeah, that's a very good speech. But it's like with these two, I'm like, I love these guys. I love Tom Hanks. I love Ellen. So it's like, it's good to see them up there. And I think they were top of their form. It was great to see that, and they're two great recognizable talents to kind of showcase there. So, otherwise, just on the film side though, the other ones, I don't know. I think Pitt and Dern probably tie there for me personally. I think they both very very personal speeches, but also very very to themselves. They felt eloquent. They felt natural. So. Because sometimes you have people go up there and they're so overworking it and they're, very emotional. Some of them, it's, they're legitimate emotional, but other ones, you can almost see it's like, well, this is why they won. Because they're acting and stuff. But, I don't know. Maybe that's just some of my taste, but, yeah. Anyways, otherwise, the whole show, I guess, it went fine there. I thought Gervais was joking when he said there was no in memoriam section, but there was no in memoriam section. So, I don't know. I guess, I didn't really notice it until toward the end that I'm like, wait a minute, there's no in memoriam. I'm like, damn, I guess they just didn't like anybody who died in the last year. That's kind of, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know if the rest of the award shows do that, but if not, I don't know. That might be something, a few people might get really pissed off at that. But for whatever reason, during the show, I didn't really notice it until we got toward the end. Then I'm like, oh, well, it's like, I always, even though they're kind of, it's like a stop, got to do this, and then we'll get back to the awards. It's like, I get why some people just, fast forward through them if they recorded it and watch it over, or, whatever, what have you. But it's like it's always good to recognize the people when they're gone, and kind of show a couple. Usually they're photographed, they have a still image, or they have a video of their most famous role or the most famous film they were attached to if they were not an actor. So I think it's always nice to recognize them, but. Oh, they didn't do it this year. Otherwise, yeah, Ricky was Ricky for a host. He had some great moments. He had some moments that were like, oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's the way I am with Ricky Gervais just on general. He has some good hit moments, but then there's other ones where I'm like, okay. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I missed it, but I don't know if there was any Mel Gibson jokes. I always like those. Let's say the last time he hosted, I think that was the year that Mel was nominated for Hacksaw Ridge, if I'm not mistaken. So. That was fun. That was fun to watch. But there wasn't really too many moments like that this year. I don't know. Yeah, I guess, and that's the thing too, is a lot of these award shows, I think, for the hosts and stuff, it's like it's the most thankless task, because it's like, if you tell any jokes that are too far, you'll get grilled for it. Even Gervais leading up to the award show, I guess, was viewed, I had some tweets came out that were viewed as, I can't, not homophobic, but like transphobic or whatever. So, it's like everybody wants to attack everybody these days, it seems. But so that definitely, I think, shoos the hosts away. They're always like, oh no, why would I want to open myself up to that and stuff by telling a couple jokes, which, yeah. And there were a couple people, there were a couple moments there for other speeches. I guess, I don't know. I feel like I want to end this, but I don't know, I'll just mention it too. There were a couple speeches definitely on the TV side that were very politically driven, very much, go out and vote, end Trump and stuff. That's what they wanted to say, but they didn't. And it's like, it's like, yep, all right, I'll listen, you listen to it, and it's just like, well, you either agree or you disagree, or you just, it's like, but I always say, you're not the person that's getting the award. I tell this to people that don't like politics getting into speeches like that. It's like, you're not getting the award. You didn't do the work. You didn't get the win. You didn't get the nomination. If they want to go up there and talk about whatever they want to talk about, that's their moment to shine. That's their moment to say whatever the hell's on their mind. And you can disagree with it. You can say you don't like it. You can say what you will about it. But you're not the one that got the win. So, anyways, but yeah, there was a lot of that on the TV side. You could almost do like a counter, like do a shot every time they mentioned something. But yeah, also a lot of mentions, of course, for the Australia bushfires and all that. So it's it's stuff like that. I always say it's good to recognize that. And I've been hearing about it a little bit here and there through the news over the last few days, but. Yeah, I didn't realize it was as bad as what they were saying. It's like, man, that's terrible stuff to hear. Like, the koala population is, like, almost cut a third of that off now. It's like, shit, that's terrible. So, and of course, all the people affected by it, too. I mean, my God. Yeah, so that stuff, it's like, I'm always like, yes, talk about that. There's always a couple of those at the Oscars, too. I'm always like, yeah, good, mention that stuff. But yeah, and then with the other, political stuff, it's like, yeah, if you want to talk about it, mention it, you bet. But yeah, on the film side, yeah, there wasn't as much about that, I don't think. But yeah, otherwise, I don't know if there's anybody else. Yeah, I guess just about talking about speech stuff again. I think I would point back to Tom Hanks and Ellen DeGeneres. I mean, they're both both gave really classy speeches, and yeah, I think those are always fun again to see those. Like Carol Burnett when she went up last year, that was always that was a fun moment there. Oprah when she got, was it last year or 2 years ago when she got hers? It's like that was fun to watch too, and everything. So yep. All right. Well, I don't know. I guess I'm ready to put some distance between these, and yep, we'll be busy here. We've got once again BAFTA nominations out on Tuesday morning very early. PGA and DGA nominations will be out the same day. WGA nominations are out tomorrow. So there's a whole bunch of stuff to catch up with here. When we do our live reactions to BAFTA nominations, I'll probably mention WGA then. Let's see. Then I'll do... Yeah, like I said, I'm working by the time the PGA and DGA nominations are out, so I always, kind of read them on break at work, and I'm like, shit, that happened, or shit, that one got in, or damn, where's that one? Stuff like that. But, yeah, we can get into them at a separate time, a separate video, but we'll get to those. Well, we might do a special one. I don't know if we'll do them Tuesday because I'll be pretty wiped out, but maybe Wednesday or Thursday of this week. And then Final predictions for Oscars will be probably Friday or Saturday. Once I've seen as many as I can here, like 1917 is just coming into wide release. Just Mercy is coming into wide release this weekend. I still have to catch up with the Two Popes. We'll see. I don't know. Again, I'll see how busy my week is here. Still have to catch up with Little Women. Still have to catch up with Uncut Gems. If Queen and Slim is still playing, I'll try to see that one too. I do want to see that one. Let's see what else. I've seen Bombshell. I'm trying to think what else here. I've seen Richard Jewell. I haven't seen The Report. I don't know. I feel like I don't know, what else have I not seen? I mean, I've seen Cats. I feel like there's a few that I've still yet to see. The Farewell is probably another big one, but that one, I checked for it a couple times on Redbox. It's still not playing in my local area Redbox for whatever reason, but yeah. So there's a few to catch on still, but we'll get final predictions out for Oscars later this week. Reactions to BAFTA coming up. PGA, DGA stuff will come eventually. WGA stuff will probably pair with BAFTA, and we'll go from there. We'll see if, and that's the other thing too. We have to remember, just because these guys and these performances and these credits won tonight doesn't necessarily mean they all carry over. Let's see, and particularly not to pick on anybody, but score for Hildur. That category, especially the Globes, has been very hit and miss for not only winning the Oscar, but let alone getting nominated. We've seen All Is Lost. The guy who wrote that didn't get nominated. Let me pull up my article here because I mentioned it here. This one here. I'm going to scroll back down to the that section here. What did we say? Theory of Everything, that got nominated, but it didn't win. First Man won last year. That didn't even get nominated. The Painted Veil from Alexander Desplat nominated, it got one here, but didn't get nominated at the Oscars as well. So, that's just in the past few years. So just keep that in mind. I mean, Joker is definitely going to get in. I mean, I don't see a scenario where that doesn't make it, but same with the song category, that can also again be hit and miss. Like we mentioned, the Coco and the Frozen wins didn't happen here, but they won at the Oscars. So that's another thing too. And then animated feature we mentioned, they're pretty tight on that. They've gotten foreign language film right quite a bit here in the last few years. But the rest of them, we'll follow it closely as the rest of the season progresses on.